let's talk about how to actually apply progressive overload over time in the gym. I feel like this topic sometimes gets overcomplicated and it can really be very simple. So to be technical, you have three ways of like doing the progression. You have single progression, dual progression, and also triple progression. I'm going to be focusing on dual progression, which basically is that you find a rep interval that you're supposed to perform the exercise within. So let's say 5 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, or 10 to 15. And when you hit the top of that range, you increase the weight. But I sort of feel like those intervals are redundant and unnecessary. You can just set yourself a rep ceiling that you have to hit across all sets. So let's say that rep ceiling is 8 reps for 3 sets. So when you can, with good form, range of motion, all that, hit 3 sets of 8, then you increase the weight and you accept that the reps will drop after you've increased the weight, and then you just work yourself back up to 8, 8, 8. Super simple way of doing it. So when you increase the reps, you're building capacity and volume, then you increase the weight, sort of drives that mechanical tension, and then you build yourself up. So when you hit all the reps, you've sort of auto-regulated and safeguarded that you can manage the increased weight with good form. Also, quick nuance or detail. So on your very first set, after some time when you're sort of closing in on getting 8 reps across all sets, you might actually surpass that rep ceiling on the first set, and that's okay. As long as you shy away from failure and don't go to complete failure, where you're grinding the concentric and maybe even fail the rep, because that is going to harm your performance on the coming sets. Also, different exercises tend to lend themselves or fit better within various rep ranges. You wouldn't do 5 reps on a lateral raise, and leg presses don't really fit too well with super low reps. Also, let's say for example, dumbbell shoulder pressing, where you can only jump 2.5 kilos per side each jump. That's a pretty large increase in weight, and therefore I would recommend you to actually up your rep ceiling just slightly. So instead of maybe doing sets of 8, you can increase that to 10, so that when you go from, let's say, 35 kilos to 37.5, you've put in a decent margin of error, where you've made sure that even if you do those large increases with the dumbbells, since you're doing 10 reps, you might fall a bit, but you're still gonna be maybe around 5 to 6. So if you were doing 5 reps from the get-go, and that was sort of your rep ceiling, adding 2.5 kilos for each side, that's a huge step percentage-wise, and it would probably make you maybe you get 1 or 2, maybe 3 reps, and that's really not conducive to what you're trying to do here if you're primarily training to gain muscle and build strength at the same time. So that's it. You just hit the reps, you increase the weight, you build yourself back up on the reps, and then you just repeat that over time. So it's very simple and it works.